Good afternoon. Welcome to episode 29 of the Blunt Talk Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Wright, coming to you on this beautiful Memorial Day weekend in the beautiful, comfortable, and warm confines of Atlantic City, New Jersey. Yeah, now we can finally say we are enjoying the unofficial start of summer. Wherever you may be watching or listening, I thank you as always. Like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel. I'm actually going to touch on the Eastern Conference Finals Game 2. This game is actually now past, a couple days past, but I just want to review some things of news and note. This game, Boston went up 2-0 and pretty much took command of the series at this point. Looking at this game, it started off at a fast pace. The Pacers had gotten into a rhythm in the first quarter, keeping the ball flowing and everyone getting a touch. It just seemed like Indiana looked like they were going to, successfully take this game. They were out on the attack from the onset. It showed that they had heart, fight, effort, things that you need to see. The second quarter was when the game changed. The Pacers started missing shots, and by the 7:08 mark in that second quarter, 7:08 mark in the second quarter, it was literally, I think it was a stat that, if I remember watching correctly, I wrote down this as a note. Yes, I did write this down. It was noted that at that point, Indiana was 0 of 8 from the field. So that means just shooting 2-point baskets, they were 0 of 8. Not good. Not great, especially against a Boston team that you're trying to beat to get to the NBA Finals. Within the last 3 minutes left in the second quarter, Indiana had 9 turnovers. I mean, you're playing Boston. You can't give them the ball. I mean, damn. It's just a situation where it's like, for a fact you're playing a team. They've been in this position. You haven't. You haven't even been to the playoffs in 10 years. This team's been competing for the finals the past 4 years. Hell, the past 7, to be honest. Been in the finals the past couple years. That's just horrible. It's bad. It's bad basketball. But nonetheless, the offensive rebounding by Boston was killing Indiana. I mean, they punished Indiana on the interior. Especially on those boards, Indiana had no legitimate answer. Jaylen Brown, which again was a shock because not having Porzingis in there, you kind of thought that might be something that was a flaw, but there was more of a team, a concerted group effort to do a better job at rebounding. I give the Boston Celtics a shitload of credit. Jaylen Brown was on fire, though. I mean, I'd be remiss to even not to bring that up. Jaylen Brown had 40 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists as far as the game total. He was a constant on offense for Boston the whole night. Indiana had no real answer for him. He had it going, and Jaylen Brown's one of those guys y'all know. If he's got it going, your best bet is just to contain him late because he's going to fucking cook you. So shout out to Jaylen Brown, great game. Pascal Siakam had another great game. He was fire as well. He had 28 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He's been low-key, probably their second, I would argue their second best player in the postseason for them. In this game, he hit most of the big shots for Indiana, kept him alive. But once Jason Tatum woke up, and he woke up in that third quarter, once he woke up, that was when Boston started to pull away. And it just essentially became a blowout. 23 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Interesting of note, though, for a stat line for Tatum like that, he shot horribly from 2. I mean, he shot horribly from the field that game. 9 of 20 from the field, which wasn't good. He has to play better. He did play better in, Game 3, I believe. I believe his shooting percentage was a lot better, but had to have a better performance in Game 3 after shooting like that. Halliburton, though, sad to hear. Tyrese Halliburton was injured late in the third quarter after scoring 10 points so far at that point in the game. Seems like it was a hamstring and a chest injury, and he only scored 2 points after halftime. This series is over without him. He is their offensive production. He is their scoring. He is their playmaking ability on the wing. This series will be continued to be dictated by pace and flow. That being said, limiting shots within the paint will be key. Indiana, I just ultimately feel like they don't have an answer. And now with Halliburton being out, this kind of just spells the end for them. That being said, Game 3, I will have analysis on Game 3, and I implore you to definitely stay tuned and keep an eye on that. But yeah, I also feel like this series is over. I feel like Boston is just prepping for the finals. Whoever's going to see Boston in the finals, whether it be Dallas or Minnesota, that will be the true championship. That'll be the true game and series we're waiting for. Because it's just Indiana doesn't have enough horses in the fight, and it's just horses in the stable, for lack of better words. And it's a wrap. That being said, that will wrap up my coverage for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Just more or less a news and reactions. Kind of, like I said, I actually had already recorded this while Game 3 was going on. So if you see this kind of like one after another, that's why. Thank you always for watching and listening. As always, like, share, and subscribe. That helps the channel. Take care and enjoy your weekend.